My name is Dörthe, and this is what I need to feel free, a wave and a board. The sea knows no boundaries. Borders are created on land. In many cultures, women on surfboards are considered a provocation. Some go surfing anyway. This is their story. In the world of surfing, one discipline is dominated almost entirely by men: big wave surfing. For a long time, women weren't allowed to participate in the big wave championship, for safety reasons. But now, a handful of pioneers have finally fought their way in. Right at the top, Paige Arms. Her playground, Jaws, the wave that bares its teeth. And this is the home of Paige, Hawaii. The waves here are legendary enough to have their own names. I want to learn from the world's best female big wave surfer. Admittedly not in one of these huge waves, but still just far enough outside my comfort zone. Because any wave that is bigger than me already scares me. And I'm small.
Excuse me, are you the famous Paige Arms? I'm fine, how are you? Good. Paige. Nice to see you. Does that bring back nice childhood memories?
Yeah, for sure it does.
How old were you when you first competed?
I believe I was 10 or 11. It was right after I started surfing. I got third and just was hooked and super stoked to get a goodie bag and hang out with all my friends, and that was kind of the beginning of it all.
I could imagine that it does make a difference if you start learning it at a young age when it comes to overcoming your fears, taking risks.
Oh, totally, for sure. I think when you grow up surfing and having all those experiences, the more experiences you have, you build confidence. And I think that's why I've become such a good surfer, is that I got to start when I was so young and got to see a lot of different experiences and got to grow up on Maui where the surf is really big.
Big waves arise when the sea flexes its muscle, a very rare natural phenomenon. But even on a normal day, Hawaii is a tough spot for inexperienced holiday surfers like me. You can't always see the danger, but you can feel it. Only a few centimeters below the water surface. Razor-sharp reefs, strong currents, and poisonous vicious marine life. Perhaps Paige can help me overcome some of my anxieties. Because if anyone knows how to tackle your own fears, it's her.
Come on, Mocha. So this is my house. Come on in. This is our little home.
Oh, is that the wave?
That is my Jaws barrel.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Surfing these big waves, that must be so intense, you know, that force and speed and the noise.
It's actually pretty quiet in the barrel.
Quiet?
Everything's kind of moving really slowly. It's just where time kind of stands still and you're extremely present in the moment. You're encapsulated in ocean. There's always faces in the Jaws waves. There's kind of one here. There's kind of another one here.
This was like the perfect wave, obviously. But what happens when you get eaten by a wave?
You get really pounded. It's basically like getting in a car accident, but it just lasts forever and you're underwater and you have to hold your breath, and it's really violent and it's not a great feeling.
And then it is very loud as well.
Yeah, super loud.
How long can you hold your breath?
Like the longest I did it in the freediving course was 4.5 minutes.
Oh! So probably if I would be pushed into a wave like that, I would probably die right away.
Being prepared is key. The garage is a little messy, don't mind it, but it gets used a lot.
That's how garages are.
But
Oh, whoo-loo-loo. So these are all your boards?
yep.
Ah!
Well, there's a few in the front that are being used at the moment, but
Yeah.
this is kind of our quiver.
What? That's cool.
This is my new signature bikini.
Oh, hello. It's the Paige Arms bikini.
Yep.
Because I've been looking for a bikini that stays on in small waves even.
Yep, it's a crossback, so it's really free.
Ah.
But you kind of, the smaller the bikini, the easier it stays on, actually.
So these hot surfer babes are actually wearing these super, super tight bikinis for practical reasons.
I go somewhere in between because I don't like having my butt hanging out all the time.
I don't know, probably your sponsors don't, but has that happened to you, that someone told you to like wear prettier clothes when surfing?
No,
Smile?
I wouldn't ride for companies that would tell me that.
So you don't post bikini pictures of yourself on your Instagram page?
Oh, for sure, I'll post a photo in a bikini, but I'm not in like a thong.
Yeah, exactly. Like yeah.
Yeah, more just me.
Yeah. That's quite practical, actually, to have a shaper as a boyfriend, huh?
Pretty awesome, for sure. It just happened to work out.
Yeah. So what's Sean doing when you're going out to surf?
He's on the jet ski. He's always there for safety.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
So he pulls you out, he saves you, actually.
If you go down, he's there to watch over, yeah. I met Sean at the beach, and I would play with his dog on the beach before I met him. So he likes to tell the story that his dog introduced him to me.
Why are shapers' rooms always green?
There's an appeasement or an ease to the greenery.
Really?
You know,
just like an operation?
For sure. Well, the
a
calmness of green helps the eyes really blend into the background and just kind of focus. And the shadows that come off the green are a lot better than most other colors.
Okay.
So.
And these are your templates here.
Yeah, this is the magic one, and anytime, you know, my girlfriend, of course, she loves it so much, she says, I love you, so.
So that is her winning board.
This is the magic winning
Yeah?
board. What she did riding that big barrel at Jaws was probably monumental for women's surfing to prove, you know, a big point that, you know, I haven't gotten barrels that big in my life.
Wow.
That was what she did. Like, most people in the world won't get a barrel like that.
Okay.
But her timing and her precision and her accuracy, and that board I made for her was made for exactly that radius wave.
I guess there are a lot of men out there who are like literally scared of a strong and independent woman like her.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. She's a strong cookie. But I love it. You know, I just love the friendship that we have and the connection we have. And I don't have no jealousy about it, you know. I've already had my, my fame without the fortune. And when it comes to big wave surfing, trust me, taking the back seat is not a bad idea.
I remember when I had my board shaped, it was like, you know, I picked up my little baby.
It's
you know?
Christmas.
Yeah, it was like Christmas.
No?
You know why I picked blue? Because I read that that's the color least likely to attract the interest of sharks.
They're not interested in you. They're hungry for other things.
I know, but they still
So-
might mix me up with a sea turtle.
Yeah, well, we try to paint some boards with stripes to make it look like different style fish that the
So then they think,
sharks
this
don't
is...
like. But it's one of the risks that we do take out there for sure. It's scary.
Statistically, the chances are rather low. But in times of overfishing, sharks come closer and closer to the shores. In their desperate search for food, they occasionally mistake surfers for a bit of a snack. The local surfers here have learned to live with this threat. And they seem to be more concerned with a different predator, other surfers. Amongst them, apparently, there are quite a few rather confident ones. A Hawaiian surfer explains to me that here, they have different rules for the right-of-way.
If my fellow surfer is older than I am, I respect. That is his space. That's his wave. You don't even dare try to paddle to catch that wave.
So you're the first real female Hawaiian surfer that I meet.
Really?
Yeah. So what happened to Hawaiian surfing since you guys invented it?
I started surfing in 1970.
Yeah.
Nobody took their boards home.
Yeah.
They left it on the beach.
Yeah.
We had everything what we needed. We farmed our own fish. You know, we had that society.
Yeah.
So now we have to change, you know, in our waves. Yeah.
Do Hawaiians have a lower social status here
Yeah.
on Hawaii? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it's because our ways of living is different from the Western concept.
Yes.
It's not our mindset to be like the best, to be competitive. Everything when we do, we have to be olu olu.
What does that mean?
Olu olu means you have to be like, it's to yourself. You have to be humble.
I think waves
Yeah.
teach you to be olu olu.
Yes, anything can happen out there. You know, you have your blessings, you give thanks for going into the water, and you give thanks for coming out of the water.
When the first people rode waves in Hawaii, surfing was a ritual act. Polynesians had brought the idea to the island. Men and women surfed together, naked. When the missionaries came, the fun was over, or so the legend says. But the ban was not entirely waterproof. The soul of surfing lived on. Today, everyone surfs again, side by side.
You're much faster already. Ready?
Like that?
Like a crocodile. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
We're gonna add in a little cardio aspect.
Oh dear. Am I standing like a frog again?
Whip it, these things are heavy. There you go. Nice. That's good.
Holy
Whoa, that's super good.
You're such a superhuman.
Yes. The idea is kind of like the impact of the ball is like the impact of a wave. Like, you gotta keep your stance and engage everything.
Okay, go. Ah, and I did like this. This is stupid.
Go! Nice! Good work.
Thank you. Pierre,
Sweaty.
how often do you do this, Paige?
4 to 5 days a week.
Oh,
After our warm-up, I still have cold feet. The ocean is a place of challenge and scrutiny. To help me prepare mentally, Paige takes me to the site of her biggest challenge.
Hi, Ralph. How are you? I'm gonna show him down at Jaws. Have a good day.
how come that Jaws is called Jaws?
Hawaiian name is Peahi, and it's called Jaws because of the way that the wave breaks. It looks like a jaw, like clamping down on you. It's a really hollow, open wave, and it clamps down, and
So that wave has teeth.
yes, lots of teeth.
Was that car wreck?
Yeah, there'll be more.
What? There's another.
Yeah, it's gross.
On the way to this enormous wave, you probably leave quite a few things behind. Fear and old burdens.
This is it?
Yep. This is the lookout. But it breaks just out from here.
So this is the famous Jaws.
Yep. And it's not breaking now 'cause it's kind of the end of the season. There's not many big swells, so
Yeah, it actually looks
There's-
quite
Looks pretty calm at the moment, but normally it's breaking out just where you can see the transition of color.
Yeah.
Where it goes from dark to light. I guess, can you see it with polarized?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. To surf these big waves, you better be ready to deal with these circumstances. Sometimes those wipeouts are so violent in a way that it's kind of sending you a message. As soon as you hesitate, that's Mother Nature just giving you a slap in the face, like, what are you doing out here?
I'd better leave this wave to the pros. I know my size. But Paige probably also had to swallow quite a bit of salt water on her way to success. Where does she get her perseverance and confidence from? Isn't there a saying, behind every strong woman, there's a strong man? And an even stronger mother?
Hello.
Come on in. Aloha.
Aloha.
We'll let you in.
Thank you. So you're the proud mother of Paige.
I'm very proud mother of Paige. You got that right.
But you also must be terribly concerned seeing her paddling into these giant waves.
I'm going to say no because she's been raised to feel comfortable in her environment, so I trust her judgment. But there's always a part of if you're a mother worrying about your child.
And Paige has told me that in a very young age, you traveled together in a van all over Australia?
All over Australia. It was fabulous. It was a one-year journey, and we took her out of school. It was a fantastic adventure for mom and daughter.
Oh, wow. And you drove around?
I drove.
Yeah, I hope she didn't.
I drove, but it was awesome.
That also means that you learn that the world is big and that
World
there's
is
a lot
big.
to discover, huh?
Yeah, and everyone is so different.
And do you sometimes think like, but what's she gonna do in 20 years and 30 years? Do you worry about that?
I don't worry about it. I'm sure she will just morph into whatever it is she's supposed to do next. I mean, that's how I feel about me, so why wouldn't I feel that about her?
You never talk to her about like get a proper education or...
Yeah, that would be lovely. I say to her quite often, gee, it'd be nice if you took a couple of classes. And her answer is, there'll be time for that, Mom. And I go, okay.
But do you feel sorry for her to still work in a restaurant?
No,
so
I
that
think
she
it's good
can...
for her.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
what the rest of the world has to do.
All right.
The champion of big waves works in a small town with the highest density of waves and surfers. Paige is optimistic because she's just checked the wave forecast. Now I can't hide any longer. Tomorrow I'll be surfing with the big wave champion.
Ready?
Yeah?
Are you surfing in that?
Yeah?
It's not gonna come off?
I hope not. So these waves are gonna do striptease with me. They're that strong.
I would have a bikini on underneath.
So at this spot, I definitely need to do duck dives.
Yeah, you're gonna need to duck dive today for sure.
I think with my board, I cannot. It's too long.
Too big?
Yeah.
Well, I brought you this one. You can pick or choose either one.
Oh, nice.
This one will be a little bit better paddler.
Okay.
I think that would probably be the best one for you to use.
What kind of board is this?
My boyfriend made this. This is a 5'6" turtle guppy fish.
5'6".
Yep.
That's pretty much the shortest I've ever tried. Do you think I can duck dive with this one?
Maybe. You'll have fun trying.
So that means I really have to put much weight and force into it, right?
Totally.
Nice one. I hope I'm not gonna trash it. Actually, show me please where to paddle out, where to paddle in, everything. Like the whole manual for the spot.
So we're gonna go down and surf down at the end, and we're gonna jump in. There's a little sand patch there that you can get in, and as you paddle out, you make your way around the rocks to the left, and the current will suck you over. So that'll be the trickiest part, just kind of getting through those waves, and then once you're in the channel, it's pretty easy. You can get out pretty quick. And then coming back in, you have to go up a little bit so that you can catch a wave straight in. If you catch a wave in there, you're just gonna end up back in the channel.
And how do I get back to the shore if I'm finished?
You catch a wave.
And then, like, this is all reef here and rocks. How many feet is this?
It's like 6 to 8 foot.
How about sharks?
You'll be fine.
I guess you might have to save me at the end, Paige. I'm not sure if I can do this. Oh dear.
You never know till you try.
Yeah, that's right.
When the big swell comes, you're all by yourself. Sometimes we have to team up and push each other into the wave that we wouldn't have dared to take on our own.
I think I did it. Yeah, because you pushed me in. Thanks again for that.
Surfing is like a spiritual sport. You're riding on moving water. It's a magic carpet ride, basically. It's not judged per foot or per meter. It's about the experience and the feeling that you get riding these waves. I'm only out there to prove things to myself, and overcoming fear is one of them.
And I think that is the biggest issue for women still, even in our society, because we are trained to not believe in our inner power as much.
For sure. That's a big issue right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like, it relates to other surfers for sure and their experiences, but it also relates to women doing anything. I think the power that we have and what we bring to the table is finally starting to come out and be more recognized, and people are really wanting to see that.
Fear is the biggest enemy of freedom. With an enormous amount of practice and experience, Paige has freed herself from that fear. Those who overcome both their inner and their outer obstacles are rewarded with a self-determined life, or at least with a wave that is a little bit bigger than yourself.